I'm not sober enough for this. Now, this is a video I've been contemplating for a long while now, and I just think it's time to be heard. I don't like Koopa Coop.
Gasp.
I know. Shocking! How can you hate this guy? It's just, I've never really gotten behind his content, and let me just lay out some of the reasons why. Number one, his scripts. You can tell that he just uses a rough idea and then just goes along with it while he's thinking about it, because you can tell most of his videos aren't scripted. The ones that are probably very, very little scripted, just one sentence scripted mostly. But overall, it just seems like he's improvising most of his videos, and while that can be good, a lot of the time that can kind of make it a bit clustered and, how do I say this? Chaotic, I guess, is the best term I can use to describe his videos. And I will admit that on some of his scripted videos, like Where Every State is Known For, he lays out actual facts in a entertaining way by just going around his backyard and just acting like he went to every state, which is, I will say, that is a interesting idea. But what ruins it is that's only one video within the 100 videos that aren't scripted. For whenever he does write a script, I usually think the videos are better than the ones that aren't scripted. Mostly because the ones that are scripted aren't as predictable. Oh, predictability. Let's go into that one, shall we? You know you're gonna get your Mario. Mostly just all of his videos are plush Mario videos. And while I can say he does like to mix it up a bit with his Wackos America and his Roblox videos and stuff, for the most part, he's done those so long in videos that aren't like what he's done before. He's done them for so long that the unpredictability has actually kind of became predictable in a way, because you know that some videos of his aren't going to be what they usually are. And because of that, it just gets more predictable as time goes on. Top 10 Thanksgiving foods. Alright. Mario Kart in a nutshell. Alright. Wacko's America, but it's in order of population. You just know that you can just predict the unpredictability, it seems like, which is kind of defeats the purpose if you can predict unpredictability, because you aren't supposed to predict it. My third reason is because he makes light of very serious topics. Okay, I know he's only done one of the Saturday Night Special videos, but that one was just too soon. Alright, it was about the Minnesota riots, and I don't want to get depressing here, but yeah, it was just Cuphead being like, let's destroy everything, we're totally making a difference. And some of that dude's like, do you really think that? And then he's like, yeah, totally, we're totally making a difference. And I'm just like, well, it's just yeah, that's obvious. It's just he takes something and turns it into a joke, but doesn't subvert your expectations at all. It's just hey, I'm gonna go destroy some stuff. Yeah, I'm totally making a difference. It's just he takes something, turns it into a joke, but it's not a clever joke at all. It's just hey, isn't it funny how this one thing is weird? But just, yeah. I do have more examples also, and I will get to those in just a second. But let us just talk about how his jokes, most of the time, aren't clever at all, and they're just doubling down and taking something hey, let's point out the flaws in this flawed idea. Wow. Which I will admit can kind of be good at times, but for the most part, he doesn't make it clever at all. Another one of his jokes not being funnier and being overused is how They play up Professor Patrick's dementia in a sort of crazy way, like, hey, isn't it cool how we're referencing a political figure who has dementia? I mean, obviously it's so funny. And while I admit, it is pretty kind of funny, I guess, they should at least do something to subvert your expectations and just be clever about it, at least. Here's my fourth reason. He seems to hop onto trends way too late. Like, you know how that whole election thing in America was going? Yeah, okay, yeah, that was pretty funny, all the comedy that came from it, but he decided to make a video way after all the stuff happened, and I will say, it is part of his storyline, but he still based the two candidates off of the two candidates in America. So, the thing is, when you base a character off of a real life person, but you don't make that character different enough from that person to stand on its own as a character, are they really a character at that point, or just a caricature or impression? Because his Trump impression is obviously just very terrible. He doesn't even try to do a Biden impression either. It just shows how lazy he is. He doesn't even have his friend do a Biden impression mostly. And his Trump impression takes that. And it's just like, all right, well, yeah, but that impression's so overused in the media, it's just boring and stale. Just a stale joke that's boring and, again, not clever at all. Like I've said, his jokes aren't clever, like, at all. Man, just... whenever he tries to make videos that are hopping onto trends, they either get really, really viewed, like a lot of views, or get the teensy-weensy, littlest bit of views. Like, he made a distraction dance video, they only got, like, 20 views. He made a Man Behind the Slaughter video that got 93. Like, it's on and off for him. Like, sometimes his views will be, like, 40 at least, and then it'll just drop to 5, and then it'll just go up to, like, 200. And speaking of, at least he has a consistent schedule. But also, his videos are just kinda weird. I mean, like, let's just take his old videos. Hey, his old videos! That's another reason I could hate on him. I mean, not hate, criticize him. Silver Shamrock song. He sings the song from Halloween 3's Season of the Witch. That's his first ever video. When you make your first video, you want it to encapsulate all of what you do. He doesn't sing songs. Alright, his second video is a Fabio Puff video where he reads comics. I mean, I guess that can be kind of clever just to show the comics you've created, but after he makes like 2 or 3 of them, he just gets to another video series called The Yard Sale. He splits up into 4 videos, actually. He never finished it. It's about a dude getting one of these kind of things from a yard sale, and the Cat in the Hat's there, and he tries to stop him and stuff. And then it turns out that one of these things has a mind of their own, and they just try to, I guess, do bad stuff. He never expanded onto this topic because I guess he didn't really like it anymore. Also, his Mario Maker videos, those are kind of old, but to me it seems like he doesn't really have fun making those videos. I mean, Mario Maker 2 is a fun game, but he makes those videos with his friend, and they just play some levels he's created, and he seems really proud of the levels, which I will say, the levels are well created, but he's on a high horse and acts like they're the best levels ever created, which in actuality they aren't. Just like, I wouldn't say that he thinks that, it's just he's very proud of the levels. I mean, I feel like we're all proud of things we create, but he seems a bit overboard on the stuff, on the proudness he's created. And yeah, and then a lot of his videos are just weird, like I said. Like, his skit videos, like gamer stereotypes, school stereotypes, they all just seem like reused concepts that have, like, been done to death a million times. Also, it seems like he copied a video of his friend who also made a school stereotype video. I mean, his friend was all right with it, but still, it seems kind of unacceptable, especially when you don't credit the friend. So, for the most part, I find his older videos terrible, lackluster, cringy, and they just, not to mention he uploaded like 5 videos a day back then. I don't know why. Maybe it was just too eager to upload. Maybe it was just very eager to upload videos. But when you upload that many a day, they start getting saturated for the most part. And yeah, at least he finally came to a senses nowadays and only posts 2 videos a day, Tuesday and Friday, which is kind of good. But yeah, mostly he just, whenever he doesn't have time to make a video, he usually just does a stream. Oh, and let me talk about his streams real quick. Now, he's only done 3 streams, 2 that are public because he deleted the 3rd one, because I'll get to that in a second. Both of his streams were just Q&A streams where people could ask him questions. For his 2nd stream, he decided to be a bit more creative and add Sonic, played by his friend Lucas Lurks. And I will commend Lucas. He seems like a genuinely nice guy. Same with Koopa. Again, this isn't attacking him as a character, him as a person, mainly the content he creates. And just the story of the 2nd stream is Sonic breaks into his house and stuff. And then he also says he's sponsored by Cane's Chicken Strips, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they'd sponsor him. I know it's a joke, and it is admittedly kind of funny. It kind of doesn't even make sense at all. In his first stream, he went into another room of his house because somebody in the chat told him to do it, mostly. And his first stream seemed like a whole lot of nothing but just answering questions, which, I mean, I will admit that is kind of what streams usually are, but it just seems like he can do it the most boring ways. And his 3rd stream was reading the entire SpongeBob movie script, part 1. Now, he deleted this video because of the backlash, but it's exactly what you asked, exactly what you think it is. Him reading the entire SpongeBob movie script, part 1. Everybody hated it, and while they later said they were joking, the damage had already been done, and he'd already deleted it. Just like, everybody started to hate him as a joke for like 5 minutes, and then they just all stopped. And they were just like, actually it was like a 6 out of 10. It's just, I don't get it. It's just like, why make him think that you hate his videos only to later say that you like him just for the sake of a prank? Like, whenever he said he was going to delete the video, he probably just should have said, oh, it's a joke. But, and I will admit that video was very boring. I'm siding with their jokes on this one. It's just reading the entire SpongeBob movie transcript. Like, I don't get how that could be entertaining at all. Really. Only just to say that you did it, but yeah. Again, it's not clever, not funny, not original, not even, well, I guess it can be kind of creative, but again, overall, I give his streams a C+. I'm not going to pay attention to the grading system anymore in this video, so you better not think it's here to stay. And number 8. Stupid plot resolutions. Okay, in Luigi the Baylor, they only escaped because of an explosion. Like, I mean, okay, I know that the army car drove in with a bag that had a bomb in it, but there was no reason why he had to have the bomb. They could have at least gotten out in some clever way. And also, in the election video, you know Professor Patrick's gonna win. Because you know why? Stupid seems to always win in his videos. In Mario the Faker, he literally says, "Oh look, a Deus Ex Machina power-up!" He knows it's a Deus Ex Machina. Koopa, you know being self-aware doesn't excuse you from improving, right? So overall, Koopa, you're a nice person, but I think you can make your videos a bit better. Like, there's nothing I could really... There's nothing else on you. I just think your videos are a bit lackluster.